Today I'm going to bring you a video of how remote tuning works. The idea is this. There's a potential 1,000+ horsepower on the dyno at Power by the Hour right now. I have been showing you guys tips, little tidbits of this 1993 Coyote swapped Cobra that has a modified fluid twin turbo kit on it. It also has a Cobra jet intake. It has a 4R200 transmission. You know, the ones that people say doesn't work, but seems to be fine with everyone that I've come across. And what's going to happen is it's going to go on the dyno. The guys at Power by the Hour are going to do all of the data logging. The guys at Power by the Hour are going to do all of the dyno processing, but the adjustments are going to be made 1,000 miles away in Pennsylvania. The plan is to have John Lund record himself receiving the data logs, explaining very generally what's happening, what he is seeing, and the adjustments he's going to make. Very general. And then send back a touch-up, a revision is what we call it. Basically revise the file based on the data that he gets back. And then I'm gonna be in Florida, right down here at Power by the Hour, as they receive the email, upload it onto the car, and make another pull and see what the differences are. John will do his best to explain what he is doing on his end. I'll do my best to show you guys how remote tuning works, because a lot of people don't understand exactly the process. Hopefully this video will help you guys understand what is it that we do for a living. Okay, so here is the Mustang that they're going to be dynoing. Again, what's going to happen is Jake and Mike are going to do the dynoing on this car. They're going to email the data log, basically record what's happening with everything inside of it, to John over in Pennsylvania. He's going to go ahead and revise it, send an adjustment. They're going to email back a file. They're going to load that file on the car and retest. So what I'm going to show you is that process. Again, for those that don't know, this is a 1993 Cobra, a real deal Cobra. Fox Body guys are probably going crazy, like, what in the hell are you doing this to a Cobra? But I think it's cool. It's tastefully done. It's a modified fluid kit. If you're not familiar with the fluid kit, it is a side venture by Lund Racing, and they took a fluid manifold or hot side and modified it, made it fit into a Fox body. All that stuff, real clean work. Going into a twin 65mm throttle body and a Cobra jet intake. It's on E85, Jake? E85, pump E85, regular. It's got a 4 Innovations fuel system, return style, ID 1700s. It's got a 2-step trans brake, 4R200, modified rear end. As you can tell, it's got the dyno wheels on, and as you can tell, it's been narrowed a little bit, but it's not been mini tubbed. Brother?
We're going to start data logging.
Okay.
Short pull.
Okay.
Maybe 5,000 RPM.
On spring pressure?
Maybe 10 pounds. So we're going to check the boost, obviously.
Okay.
Right now he's loading the intake file.
Okay. Then you're just going to make a 5,000 RPM hit, send it to John, see what it looks like?
Correct.
Okay. What do we see, Jake?
553 at 5,000 RPM.
Oh, okay. 10 PSI?
10 PSI, yeah.
Very good. And you're just going to send that over to John. He'll have it looked over and see what he sees and go from there?
Yep.
Thank you.
Hey guys, this is John at Lund Racing. I'm over here at Lund Racing HQ. We're doing a remote tuning session right now with Power by the Hour with the Fox body you may have seen posted with a Coyote swap and a 6R80/4R200 swap. It has the fluid turbo manifolds on it with a custom turbo kit. We're going to be tuning it on their dyno via remote. So I'm going to basically document the process as far as Jake sending us a data log through the ticket system that we use, and a little bit about the process with me going through the data logs and my changes, and just so you can kind of see our end and a little bit about the process and how it all works. So you see here, Jake sent this in. It's just a low boost hit that we're going to basically make sure that the fuel trims are close, and then we're going to send them a tune revision if it needs any changes, and we're going to have them pull to high RPM, maybe add some boost, just to make sure everything's running smoothly. It's just basically a shakedown hit. So if we go over to one of my other screens, you see I'm talking to Jake via Hangouts, and I already have the log up. So basically what I'm looking at is RPM, just to kind of see where he's going with it. And then my main thing that I want to look at is make sure air fuel is doing what I want it roughly. Just kind of monitor the fuel trim, so it needs a little bit of tweaking. So I'll tweak, I'll send him a tune revision, and then he'll do another hit, probably to higher RPM, and then we will go from there.
Jesus. What fucking question you got?
Wait, say it again?
844.
I wasn't recording.
Let's see how much boost. 12 pounds. Let's see if we got torque on that one.
44, 12 pound, torque. 591.
617.
617 torque, 844 on spring.
On spring.
12 psi.
Yep.
He likes it.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so you're gonna send the log to John, and he'll revise it to up boost or whatever. Okay, cool.
Alright, so Jake just did another poll, and he sent in a log and a dyno run file. So I've already pulled those up, and you'll see that we made almost 850 on 12 pounds. And then come over to the log and we'll check our fuel trim changes. It looks like it took them. Now it's cleaner. Air fuel is a little cleaner. Looking pretty good. So we're gonna have them keep that tune and just keep cranking the boost up. And we'll just keep monitoring everything, and if we need to revise at higher boost levels as it goes up the MAF curve transfer function, we'll just keep doing that and keep tweaking.
Sent it. Said make a pull to 7,800.
And did he say to add boost? How much boost are we adding?
15, 16 pounds over target. So we made 12. We're gonna put 3.5 on top of the gates.
Okay, cool. 942?
Yeah, 14.9 pounds.
14 pounds, 942. And torque?
Torque is...
Yeah, it's not reading properly, or?
690, maybe 700.
Okay, very cool.
Yeah, 703.
Not bad. 14 PSI?
Yeah.
Very good.
All right, so Jake just messaged me, sent me another poll and a log, said it made 942 on 15 pounds. So I'm gonna go grab a cup of coffee, and I'm gonna go back upstairs. I'll check it out, and we'll look at the log. All right, just sat down. I downloaded this log. Let's open up the dyno graph. And let's see. Pull that up. And here we go. 942. So, looking smooth. We'll go open up the log. There we go. So, let's check out. Everything's looking smooth on air fuel. Timing's looking smooth. Fuel trims are good. And knock sensor's happy. So I'm gonna have him keep that tuned and just keep adding boost. We'll see if we can't crack. It'll definitely crack 1,000 on the next one easy, but we're probably doing 3 pound increment increase. So every pound of boost is worth roughly 30 horse usually on these. So we'll definitely crack 1,100 today. I don't know how high they want to push it, but the motor is similar to Joey Basile's car, and we've made 1,300 with it. So anyway, catch you in a bit.
Okay, as you've been seeing, John has been updating the file. Jake has been downloading the file, testing the car. So now they're just gonna add some boost to the car and see how it all goes. What are we doing, Jake?
Same tune as last one. We're just upping the boost to about 20 pounds.
What'll make over 1,000 hopefully this time?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
940 last time.
Okay. Mike, what do you think? You got a hard on yet? No? No, you're good. I'm standing a little further back, not because I don't think bad shit's gonna happen, I just don't want to be that close to a 1,000+ horsepower car. So about 20 PSI, same tune. $1,022.
1022 and 848. Hell yeah. Yeah. 18 pounds.
18 pounds? Okay, cool. Thank you.
All right, so the new log came back on 18 pounds. It made 1,022. So we're gonna break for lunch. I'm gonna have them pull some spark plugs just to do a courtesy check to make sure that the timing is where it needs to be, heat range of the plug is where it needs to be. Mixing a little bit of old school with new school, even though the knock sensor is looking good. Sometimes trusting a sensor isn't the best way to do things, especially on these high caliber builds. So this is something that we do on a lot of cars, even when remote. You tell them, you know, how to take a picture. Jake obviously knows what to take a picture of. He also knows how to read a spark plug, which really helps us out. So we're gonna have them do that, break for lunch, come back, and we'll keep cranking up the boost.
So as you saw, John wanted to take a look at the plugs, do a little bit of an old school to confirm that things are happening properly. Again, I'll just let those guys explain what's happening. I'll try to keep out of it as much as possible. Got some extra straps, yes. Got some extra straps in the car. So 25, 3 PSI? 23 again? PSI, twin turbo, built Coyote with a 4R200. Hopefully the dyno read that time, but look like a clean as hell pull, man. Super clean. Let's see the verdict. I don't know, 1150?
1173.
Nice!
890 torque.
1173,
torque's
890. The torque's out right. I was going to say that's on the low side.
Yeah, 880.
Yeah. 1193. How'd that feel, Mike?
1170.
Yeah, dude, it locked it down real nice. All right. So just throw 3 more pounds of boost. Don't even send a log. John will probably say send me a log just to look at trims, and then I'll see what he does on the other end.
All right, so we're back from lunch. Turn the boost up. And we got 1173. So I've already looked at the log. Everything's good. Get ready to send Jake a new tune. And we'll see what she does.
So it looks like they're gonna make another pull, a little more boost. What's the target boost for this run?
26 pounds? 27 pounds?
What do you think, Mike? 1250? What are you hoping for? Like, what would you be impressed with?
1300.
Jesus. Kids nowadays. Damn. He said I'll be impressed with 1300.
Alright.
Ah, damn.
So, that's 125 more?
With 3 more pounds of boost?
Let's go 28.
Okay. 28 PSI, just to make him happy.
So we're at 23. Okay. Data log?
Make sure you data log. What do you think? You think it might hit 1300?
Close. If it doesn't spin.
Right.
$12.17.
1217? That's
rolled off.
junk.
No, it's not.
No, of course it's not junk. Crazy. How much boost did it see?
27 pounds, but
But it rolled off?
Yeah, it must be pulling timing or something up
Okay.
top.
Well, the log will tell.
Yeah, it's
1217.
up 115 horse from the last pull.
And what elevation?
Yeah.
It's a DA.
All right, so they're gonna send the log to John. See why it showed up top. It's a Rwhp E85, so I mean, I can't imagine why it can't make good power, because Basil's car made good power. But yeah, we'll see what the log says. So basically, that's kind of how the whole deal goes. John is gonna probably look at the last log, and then they'll wrap it up probably next week because it's Fridays. But the car wasn't really touched by a tuner in person per se. It was all done remotely. John was nice enough to take some video for me and document what he sees and what he does, and basically you'll see the end result on my end. So for those of you that are curious how remote tuning works, that's how it works. A shop gets data logs sent to the tuner. Tuner makes adjustments, goes back and forth. The tuner does not have to remote into the computer to control anything. It's just done all over files, basically file sharing back and forth, data logs and tunes. That's how it goes. So hopefully you enjoyed the video, how data logging and remote tuning works. Thanks for listening, guys. We'll talk to you later.